What's up guys, Mike from Rockville, and today we are looking at the DBM65, which is a 6-channel marine amplifier. The DBM65 is a Class AB marine amplifier that outputs 650 watts for all 6 channels. So each channel is outputting 110 watts at 2 ohms and 75 watts at 4 ohms. We took the sound of our best-selling DB car amps and added marine-grade components and parts to ensure that these amps will last a lifetime. I have one in front of me, so let's open this up and see what it comes with. So it comes with some screws, 2 Allen keys, some replacement fuses, and some additional silicone rubber end caps for the RCA terminal. Here we have the bass remote knob, so this basically plugs right into the amplifier and gives you the flexibility to control the level from somewhere more convenient like the hull or dash of your boat. Really cool, we include a PA microphone that you can plug into your amp and make any announcements or just talk through your speakers and your setup. It has a sleek design with a nice gray metal sheen, and when you run power to the amp, this Rockville logo will illuminate. Now we went to extreme lengths to make this amp truly marine ready. We conformal coated the PCB board with a waterproof glue that is painted on to ensure none of the circuitry will get damaged. The heat sink, including the bottom plate, is made from aluminum, which is rust proof. And the end panels and even the internal mounting screws and all of the hardware is made from stainless steel, which is also rust proof. We then added silicone covers on either side, which will ensure that water will never get into any of the terminals. Now over here we have our power, remote, and ground terminals. We have 3 fuses, 30 amps each, and over here we have our speaker wire terminals. You can either bridge 2 channels together or individually wire your speakers to each channel. It just depends on what your setup is. Now on the other side over here we have our input mode switch. Above that we have our microphone input, then our 3 sets of RCA inputs. Now over here is the controls for channel 1 and 2, so it's a level knob, a high pass filter, and then a crossover that has 2 settings, high pass or full range. Below it is the controls for channels 3 and 4, which again is a level knob, a high pass filter, a low pass filter, and then a crossover with 3 different settings. So you have a high pass, a full, and a low pass setting. And then channels 5 and 6 is similar to channels 3 and 4 in that it has a level knob, a high pass filter, a low pass filter, and then a crossover with 3 settings. Now going back to the crossover settings on each channels, all of them are capable of doing full, which means no frequencies are going to be cut out, and a high pass filter, which means you're cutting out some low frequencies. Channels 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 have an additional low pass crossover setting. Now really cool about the low pass filter crossover setting is you can use it to create a band pass filter. So if you set it to low pass filter, you can then set the high pass filter and the low pass filter, and the range in between is a frequency range that you will hear. This is really useful if you want to create a subsonic filter and target really low lows, or you're doing something like running mid-range speakers off some of the channels and you want to create a frequency range that those mid-range speakers can play out of. This makes our amp ideal for subwoofers, either sealed or vented, full-range speakers, mid-range speakers, tweeters, or a combination of all different types of speakers. For example, you could take channels 1 and 2 and run 4 full-range speakers off that with the crossover setting set to full. Then on channels 3 and 4, you can use the bandpass feature and have 8 mid-range speakers playing off of those 2 channels. And finally, on channels 5 and 6, you could have a subwoofer or 2 using the low-pass crossover setting with the low-pass filter. This amp is capable of supporting almost any setup that you can think of. Now, you're probably wondering what this amp can actually do, so we have a demo set up. Let's go check that out. All right, guys, we are all set up. I have the DBM65 powered up. Now, as I mentioned before, one of the great things about this amp is how versatile it is. You can do everything with this amp. Some popular configurations are to have 4 full-range speakers and 1 or 2 subwoofers, or even 8 full-range speakers and 1 or 2 subwoofers, or a combination of mid-range speakers and tweeters, or even a combination of full-range speakers, tweeters, and subwoofers. It all depends on your setup. Now, what I have here is 12 full-range speakers, so I'm using the full-range crossover setting on all of the 6 channels. Let's go ahead and listen to what this sounds like. From the demo, you can see how powerful the DBM65 is. So if you're looking for a powerful, sleek, and versatile 6-channel marine amplifier, look no further than the DBM65 from Rockville. As always, guys, I'm Mike from Rockville. I'll see you next time.